Hola muchachos! Today's lesson is going to be on two verbs that are very, very similar, and they are saber versus conocer. So saber and conocer both mean to know. Yet, there are specific rules when you can use one or the other. So, as always, please fill in your notes anything that I've highlighted here in yellow. So saber is going to be used to express that we know a fact or a piece of information. We're also going to use it to tell that one knows how to do something when that is followed by an infinitive. For example, yo sé patinar. I know how to skate. ¿Sabes hablar el español? Do you know how to speak Spanish? And we also, once we get to this, we're going to realize in the past tense that saber can be used to find something out. Okay? La supe. I found it out. I found the answer. But we're not going to get to that yet. Just keep in mind we're going to approach that later on this year. So, looking now at the present tense conjugations of this verb. Yo sé, tú sabes. Él or ella, usted sabe. Nosotros sabemos. Vosotros sabéis. Ellos, ellas, ustedes saben. Now, I really recommend you circle, star, draw your attention to the yo form. This is an irregular yo form verb. Let's look at an example. Yo sé que Madrid es la capital de España. What's the reason for picking saber? Well, this is factual information. I know that Madrid is the capital. So, let's move on now to conocer. Conocer we're going to use to express being acquainted with or familiar with a person, place, or thing. Also, in the past tense, it can have a very different meaning. It can mean met. Okay? Lo conocí ayer. I met him yesterday. But again, we'll get to that later on this year. In regards to the conjugations, present tense again, yo conozco. Tú conoces. Él, ella, usted conoce. Nosotros conocemos. Vosotros conocéis. Ellos conocen. Please again, circle, star, highlight, direct your attention to the yo form. It is an irregular yo. It takes a Z. Conozco. Earlier in the year, we talked about the other irregular yos like vengo, tengo, hago, pongo. Well, this is another irregular yo. Okay, let's look at the example. Yo conozco a Carlos Santana. And if you're wondering, Carlos Santana is a very famous musician. Why did we pick conocer? Because we know or are familiar with a person. Whenever it's a person or a place, we must use conocer. Notice it's conozco a Carlos. This is what we call the personal a. And this must be used with this verb before a person's name. Okay, so now we're going to watch a video to recap this.
I know the capital of Honduras. I know the name of the teddy bear you had as a child. And I know how many ants an anteater could eat if an anteater could eat ants, which it can. I also know that in Spanish, there are two verbs that mean to know.
These verbs are saber and conocer. Just as ser and estar both mean to be, saber and conocer both mean to know. And like ser and estar, each verb has specific situations that you use them in.
Hola, soy Profesor Pequeño, world's smartest baby. Use saber to say you know a fact or to say what you know how to do. Sé todo. Mi hermana sabe dar un discurso.
Use conocer to say you know or are familiar with a person, place, or thing. If you're talking about knowing a person, remember to use the personal a.
Conocen a mi amigo Raúl.
Conozco al presidente de los Estados Unidos.
Sé. Sabes. Sabe. Sabemos. Sabéis. Saben.
Now for the conjugation of conocer.
Conozco. Conoces. Conoces. Conocemos.
Conocéis. Conocen.
Isabel, ¿de dónde eres?
Soy de San Antonio.
Conozco San Antonio. Mi hermano vive ahí.
Interesante. ¿Sabes inglés?
No, no sé inglés. Mi hermano sabe inglés, pero yo no.
All right, it's time for a quiz. Saber o conocer? Fill in the blank with the correct form of saber or conocer.
Yo, hacer gimnasia. Yo sé hacer gimnasia. María y Julie, al fotógrafo. María y Julie conocen al fotógrafo. Ana la respuesta. ¿Sabe Ana la respuesta?